XPaoFey sent me their dual tip acrylic paint markers to review, so let's crack them open. Well, they are opening themselves, and see what the deal is. So the box is really sturdy if, the lid would stay on. The colors look great. Let's go ahead and swatch them. These are dual tip, so it comes with a bullet tip and a brush tip. This is the bullet tip. The box is actually calling this a fine tip. This tip is super flexible, so maybe if you didn't apply any pressure, it would be really fine. But I would say that's like a 1.5 to 2 millimeter tip. This is the brush tip. All right, let's actually use it like we were going to letter and see how it does. The brush tip is actually pretty nice. It's got some sturdiness to it, so I feel like it would be pretty easy to letter with these markers. I always love to see how they would turn out on black. This is actually working pretty well. Let's watch the rest of the colors. We've got 38 colors to go through. They are totally random in the box. I'm just pulling them out as I get to them. These paint pens are not ones that you have to prime, which is really nice. It's already in the nib, so that means there won't be any puddles on your artwork. I do love that about these. They are gliding really smoothly across the cardstock that I'm using, and a lot of them are showing up on the black. I have zoomed in so you can see there are metallic colors, and they do give off a nice little shine. I am seeing a lot of similarities between these colors, but I have gone back and looked at the swatches. No two colors are the exact same. In total, the box includes 4 shades of pink, 3 shades of red, 4 purple. It was really heavy on the blues and greens with 6 shades of blue and 7 shades of green. There were 3 yellows and a gold. There's also a beige, which could be classified as yellow, and a white. Only 2 oranges, a brown, a bronze, a black, a dark gray, and 2 silvers. Looking back at the box, it says these can be used on most surfaces. It also claims that they are water-based and waterproof, which I don't think is possible. We're going to test that out. They are definitely water-based. I just added some water on top of this, and I am able to move the paint around. I'm going to see if we can blend 2 colors together. This would definitely be a cool way to use these paint pens. You can use water. I'm using watercolor paper right here, and you can blend and make different colors. Now let's test to see if they are waterproof. I made sure these were completely dry before I put water on top. And you know what? Maybe they are waterproof. I cannot seem to get any paint to lift off of this paper. So there you go, water-based and waterproof. Okay, last thing. The box lists a whole bunch of surfaces you can use them on. Wood was one of those, and I feel like wood is the most finicky when it comes to paint pens. So let's try it out. I've got a wood slice. Let's make a cute little ornament with these paint pens. I chose a design with white today because a lot of times the white paint pens are kind of finicky. They are not very opaque, and I want to see how this one measures up. It's looking okay so far. I am going to go back over and do a second coat to see what difference that makes. I am wishing this fine tip was actually fine instead of just a, I don't know, like a 2 millimeter bullet tip, but that's beside the point. It is fairly easy to go over this wood grain, so that's a plus. Okay, first coat is done. Let's do the second coat. It definitely looks better with the second coat. I'm going to finish this up so you can actually see the difference right here between the first coat and the second coat. Okay, the orange actually has fairly good coverage. I would probably go ahead and do a second coat of that as well. The black is definitely not going to need a second coat. I'm also not going to be doing any detail work with that black. And let's see how the metallics hold up on the wood slice. Okay, so I am seeing the shine, which is nice. But something I just noticed is that if you apply more pressure to the nib, it is actually giving you more paint. So that's going to make it a little uneven if you're coloring differently along the outline versus, you know, just in the middle of wherever. So that's just regular pressure, but if I apply more pressure, if you can see that more paint is being applied to the wood. You will definitely see the inconsistencies with my coloring once I finish this metallic purple. Again, that's not a huge deal to me, but it does make a difference. I am going to put another color over the top of that metallic purple just to see how it does. I chose silver. That's honestly probably not the best choice because it's so similar to that metallic purple, but it is showing up, and that's all I wanted to see. Overall, these paint markers worked really well. I was actually surprised at how well they drew on top of the wood. The white maybe could have been more opaque, but overall I thought they performed very nicely. I did appreciate how you didn't have to prime them, how I didn't have to worry about any puddles happening on my art. I would recommend them to anyone who is interested in using acrylic paint markers and is not looking for a super fine detailed nib. If you're interested, please use my discount code. It is written below.